up, everybody? It's your boy the Kryptonian Saiyan here, bringing you a review for One Piece Chapter 618. And this is interesting. Luffy and Zoro just like completely jumped, okay? Completely jumped. And the reason why I'm saying this is I was expecting Vander, Decken, and Luffy to be like a knockdown, drag out fight, right? Luffy takes this, still tied up, mind you, okay? Still tied up. Takes this dude out just using his legs, okay? And while Vander Decker does stand up, he does stand up, okay? At the same time, Luffy, no difficulty, handles this dude. And then when that huge monk shows up, and Luffy and the princess are trying to get out of there, Gum Gum Jet Pistol breaks his tooth. And you got Decker saying, okay, Decken saying, oh my god, he's useless. But this is the crazy thing about this. Luffy was holding back. No Gear 2, no Gear 3, completely holding back. And I'm like, okay, they on a different level now. And then when it jumps to Zoro, you have Zoro. Looks like he just beat Hody Jones, who was stated in this chapter to be the one that everyone thought was supposed to be Arlong's successor. Zoro beats him despite him having the disadvantage. And it's just like, good God, these dudes are powerful. Like, I'm loving this, man. I'm absolutely loving this. I would have loved to have seen Zoro and Hody Jones actually mix it up. And I think I know why Oda did this, because Usopp at this point is kind of like the audience, or in this case, the viewers, okay? You know, when Usopp kind of jumps down after saying, I can't believe Zoro thought that he would be able to beat a fishman underwater, and then he pops his head on the water, and you have Usopp in shock, and, excuse me, you have Hody Jones people in shock because this dude's just been KO'd. This dude's been KO'd. Probably more than likely, he's going to pop some of those pills, and we're going to see Zoro fully go all out. That's at least what I'm hoping. You know, if I was the editorial assistant for this, that would be something I would say. Like, okay, you got your shock value in. Now, go ahead and give everybody the real fight. People have been waiting a long-ass time to see what Zoro's training with Mihawk can do. You've been teasing it. Let us finally see it. You have a character who can take a bunch of pills, get juiced up, and you can use plot to make him as strong as you need him to. So, I mean, this is going to be interesting. Now, you got to talk about Sanji. So my dude, right, Chopper smacks this guy. Sanji turns around. And I love how when Chopper tries to tell him, like, hey, I thought seeing the all blue was your dream. This isn't the all blue. You don't need to throw your life away to see this princess. And Sanji's just like, if I'd rather die than, I'd rather reach out to my dream and die, which is actually pretty deep because, you know, it follows that whole thing of, you know, chasing after your dreams. So I like that one, even though it's a gag moment. And when Sanji sees this chick, right, you know, I had to go like this. I see. Sanji's a good man of taste. Sanji is a man of culture. Because she's definitely better than Boy Hancock. And God knows she's better than Nico Robin. Don't get me started on that bitch. Like, that bitch only good for her hands, man. Like, that bitch need to go sit in the corner somewhere. So, this was interesting. Sanji gets turned into stone. So what I'm thinking, right? What I'm thinking is going to happen is Sanji, anytime he sees a really beautiful woman, he's going to get the nosebleeds, but he's probably going to get petrified as well. And that'd be a pretty interesting gag, whatnot. And I like how when all the Straw Hats that are with Luffy get tied up. So you got Chopper and you got Sanji. They get tied up. Luffy's tied up. And Luffy's like, hey, princess, what are you doing? And I love how he just says wimpy, right? And this is like a total Luffy moment, man. Like, Luffy's just like, yeah, I know you're a princess, but I'm still calling you wimpy because, I mean, hell, you're wimpy. You're a crybaby. So I like that, and I like how everyone's automatically jumps to the conclusion. Luffy kidnapped the princess. I can't believe it. These Straw Hats are unthinkable. And then when Luffy says, look, like don't run. If you run, I can't protect you. And that's when Vander Decker Decken is just showing up, and he's just like, "Princess, marry me." And she looks at him, she says, "I can't." And she says, "You're not my type." And when I saw that, that was so funny. And I give Vander Decken this, right? I give him this much. You know, he's very persistent, okay? Because that's usually like a death nail right there, man. Like, that's a nail in the coffin when she says, "Hey, man, you're not really my type." I mean, and don't get me wrong, there's ways around that. There's ways around it. But at the end of the day, there has to be some type of attraction because good personality only gets you so far. I mean, it is what it is. You got to be attracted to a certain extent. So she told his ass, right, like, "Hey, like, I'm not really into you." And it kind of makes sense. He looks like an overweight Disney character. I mean, and that might be what Oda had been going for, man. You know, because you got like the princess, mermaid princess, and it kind of looks like Ursula from I think it was Ursula from Little Mermaid. If I'm not mistaken, that's who the villain was. Like, obviously, I ain't seen that shit in a while, but I mean, that's that's interesting. So I like the fact that not Hody Jones, but Vander Decken is continuing that whole running gag, and he takes the stalker shit to another level. He's like, "Okay, you don't deserve to live at this point if you're not gonna fucking marry me." And it's just like, dude, like, why are you getting hung up on one female? Like, are you fucking serious? Like, using real world numbers, right? Like, there's more of them than there are of us. Like, I'm not gonna get hung up. It's just like, fuck it. You said no, fuck it. It's gonna be somebody else who wants to take a ride on Space Mountain. Like, that's how that shit goes. Ric Flair said it best. It's the oldest ride known to man, and it's got the longest ride. Or, like I like to say, somebody else is gonna want to explore the dark continent. So I mean, like, it's like, dude, get the fuck out of here, man. So I do think that that was interesting. Now the other thing about this is I like how even Luffy, for as dense as he is, right? For as dense as he is, even Luffy is starting to realize, like, oh shit, I don't think they like us very much on this island. And it's like, this would be a great opportunity for somebody like Nico Robin to fully break down to Luffy exactly what's going on. And it's like, if I'm not mistaken, Cammy even said it, but it's like with a guy like Luffy, you have to repeatedly tell him something before it absorbs. And even then, the way I perceive his character to be is he can get told something, but he's not going to really understand it until he experiences it. He's like, "Oh man, yeah, that's sad that your brother died." But until his brother dies, it doesn't really hammer in what that person's going through. So I mean, this is interesting. Now, I'm gonna have to end the chapter off talking about Nami, right? Because I thought my girl's doing this. I thought she was about to go rob the place. She was like, "Hey, Cammy, let them do the fighting. Take me to the treasure." That's what I thought. It's like, nope, nope. Like, Oda's giving me what I wanted. At first I wanted the whole thing of Hody Jones and Nami for that fight to happen. That ain't happening. But same time, it's kind of like we're getting Zoro versus Arlong Part 2. But instead, we're getting Nami kind of revisiting the whole thing with the Arlong pirates, because she's like, "Yeah, I think I know what's at the real root of all this. Take me to this Jinbe. Tell me more about Jinbe. I need to know more about this. He's waiting for us in the forest of the sea, right? I want to meet this guy. I think I know how to help." So I like that. I like that. It's like, that's a nice little Easter egg right there. And I do think that I can kind of understand why, if people don't like this chapter or this arc so far, it's because in comparison to other arcs, like particularly like a short arc, like how this is, usually we're getting into the fights and they're more detailed than what we've gotten. Like, even when you get back to Thriller Bark and you had Nami and Usopp and I think it was Chopper against all those zombies, there was more actual on-screen fighting than what we're getting now. So this feels like it's either going to be a very short arc or a very long arc. I think the way Oda, well, no, because the flashback arc was an arc in itself, and that was pretty short. So this should be a longer arc. So I just, never mind that. But my chapter question to you guys is, at this point in the story, what did you think that Nami's whole guess about what's at the real root of this problem is. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, share. Thank you so much for watching the video, guys.